Hi, I'm Kristin, one of the co-founders of Saathi,
Hi, I'm Frederikke Magnussen. I'm the co-founder of A Plastic Planet.
and we'd like to wish you a very happy Women's Day. And we're here to talk a little bit about not only women, but also about sustainability.
Yeah.
So before we get started, I just wanted to get a little bit of an update on kind of what you're working on at A Plastic Planet and a bit about why you started.
Right. We started A Plastic Planet from one single goal, was to turn off the tap on plastic. So me and my co-founder Sean Sutherland started 3 years ago, and our first campaign was to get a plastic-free aisle in every supermarket, and which is sort of happening now. And the whole idea was to ignite and inspire businesses to actually change, but give them an opportunity. Like a plastic-free aisle, you are suddenly creating innovation right then and there. This year we are going to war on the sachet.
Yes.
So we are just about to launch the sachet, which is the sachets that we all are completely blind to. It's your ketchup, it's your mayonnaise, it's your shampoos. It's how people actually are buying in developing countries luxury goods. And we are producing and throwing away 855 billion of those. So so we've been very busy at the Plastic Planet.
Nice. And for those of you who don't know, at Saathi we make eco-friendly, sustainable sanitary pads that are completely biodegradable and compostable, and we sell them in India. But we're really happy to be here in London and having a chance to talk to you a bit more about what you do. And the next question is about what does feminism mean to you?
I think feminism means to me a thing of where we all get together as women and we support each other.
Mm-hmm.
So women for women, but not just women, just putting a great focal point on how we can help our sisters and our sisters' brothers, you know.
Yeah,
So
for
that
sure.
for me is feminism is not just for women. It is a way of thinking, and it's a way of being.
Yeah. And yeah, definitely kind of equality doesn't mean that one kind of is lower than the other. I think it's just raising the bar so that everyone is allowed the same opportunities. Which woman inspires you, or multiple?
I think at the moment, I was just thinking about this question we were
Yes.
just talking early on, and I think it's sort of Greta Thunberg is really inspiring me from the kind of young part of myself, and Mary Robbins, which is the old Prime Minister of Ireland, who actually wrote the Paris Agreement. She was part of really instigated that. And Jane Fonda. I think right now Jane Fonda at 70, going out there,
Yes.
making a point of actually taking activism back to the streets and showing we are not happy.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
So
No,
I think it's just a really broad,
Yeah.
but sort of the young, the middle,
Right.
and the little bit older women.
Yeah, at every generation, basically.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. Cool. What's your favorite thing about being a woman?
My favorite thing about being a woman is being able to, now in these days, being able to have the same opportunities as a man,
Mm-hmm.
and wearing wild clothes and fun clothes and makeup and being able to express my femininity.
Nice. That's awesome. Cool. Are there any stereotypes about women that you would change, and why?
I think I'm very lucky being Danish and actually grown up in a society where we have gone away with those stereotypes. I think now we women will have to embrace this change in our society, and I think we've gone too much one way and too much the other way. I think, it's great wanting to look after your kids up to a certain age. It's great to being able to engage with femininity of, being at home, but you can swap with your husband sometimes as well.
Yeah, for sure.
So the stereotype of having to have children at a certain age, yes, I would like to change that.
Nice. That's good. Cool. What do you think would be the biggest challenge for the next generation of women?
I think choice, about being able to deal with so much choice, and being able to be absolutely clear that less is more. I think we live in a hyper-consumptional society, not just with things and things that we engage with and things we think we ought to have.
Yeah.
I think the big choice is the variety of choice.
Right.
So I think that is going to be definitely my daughters and my granddaughters where to start, by having too many colors.
Yes.
And no direction.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's definitely a lot of choices. In some cases, we need to have more choice. Like, for example, with the sustainable menstrual hygiene products, we're looking at having more options that are sustainable. But at the same time, too many options makes it very difficult to determine what is good and what is bad, and all of those types of things.
And that's why I think it's very interesting what you're doing, in the sense of giving people actually a good choice for themselves and a good choice for the planet.
Right.
I think it's really important at the right price.
Yeah.
And not the price for Earth.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, and I think likewise, if you're kind of talking about different materials, it really helps the consumer become more aware and more understanding of what are really actually sustainable materials and what are kind of greenwashing, as it were.
Yeah.
So
I think to being able to look in and choose the right things, that is going to be the biggest challenge.
Nice. As sanitary waste is considered a huge role in adding to plastic pollution in landfills, what would be your tip for kind of reducing this?
I think definitely being able to use materials that's totally biodegradable and do not harm our planet and do not harm ourselves, and actually having there's many reusable opportunities, as the pants, many other ways of not having single use.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
I think that's the way to go forward.
Yeah.
Less waste.
Yes, definitely.
And if you have to have waste with conscience.
Yes, for sure. Cool. Is there anything else you'd like to add, or where people can find you?
Yeah, you can find us at www.aplasticplanet.com, and you can see what we're all about. We talk about what we do for business and what we do for government, and basically giving consumers the choice they want.
Cool. And for Saathi, you can find us at saathipads.com, and we're on Instagram, Facebook, all the socials. So check us out and learn more about how you can be more sustainable going forward, and what awesome women are doing around the world.
Yes.
Thank you.
Happy Women's Day.
Yeah.
Yay!